Here we go. Peace and love, everyone. Welcome back to another week of your astrology forecast. And we're going to go ahead and get started shortly. Make sure my volume's up. All right. And let's go ahead and get the charts going. Peace and love to everybody joining in. Just getting set up real quick. Let's go ahead and get started. Islam Mother, peace and love, Detroit 313. Islam Mother, Alessandra Ali. Good to see you all in the chat. We got the chart set up here, and this week I know there's a lot of stuff going on around the world. There's a lot of stuff going on in general, but this week I want to really hone in. Peace of love, Annie V. I want to hone in on the theme. Peace of love, Lakezia Bay. We're going to hone in on the theme for this cycle, and try to get deeper into, you know, the selves, get deeper into the actual theme for this month and tap into, the type of experience that a lot of us are going through on a personal level as far as your personal growth and personal transformation. Okay, so we're going to tap in. It's a lot of outside things going on. I know we hear about what's going on with Astro World and, you know, um, Travis Scott situation. And meanwhile, while everybody is focused on what's going on with the Travis Scott and the Astro World, and the people injured there and things like that, and then the other ones who lost their lives. And this is all alleged. I don't have any facts to that stuff to support, but while all of this stuff is going on in the background, you see the infrastructure, the $1 trillion infrastructure plan passed. And all of these type of distractions to keep you off course of what's really going on. And we did a live or a broadcast on the infrastructure deal and the importance of it and how it's going to affect, basically society, at least at Northwestern Maxim, or what they call North America. And there's a lot of things going on. The de facto U.S. Supreme Court ruled against the mandates and the jabs, and so you'll see larger companies not going with this whole mandate. So a lot of humanity protesting and going back and forth. A lot of stuff going on right now. But I definitely want to take this time to hone in on ourselves, so we can get prepared and ready for the shift that's about to come. And so, in order to get ready for the shift that's going to come soon, you got to go within. And that's what I want to focus on. So I don't want to get too much in what's going on around the world. Let's focus in and hone in on the chart. Peace of love to everybody just joined. Peace of love to Quest for Truth, uh, Nubian Queen Shell. So let's go ahead and get the chart up. Okay, we got the chart here, and let's see what we can get this week. Okay, so all right, you guys can see this, and I got two charts, but for some reason I gotta really work this thing out. I got two charts so that I can get two different perspectives. I'm going to start introducing the sidereal into here, but I'm going to wait till the solstice to start shifting into that. But here we got, a good chart here for this week, some of the things you'll be experiencing. But before we get into anything, I want to go into each sign and tap in to the chart and see what everybody, is currently going through. So right off the back, for those who are new to astrology, we use astrology as a tool to help us get deeper into ourselves. Basically, it's a guide point. Um, ourselves is the highest, science and technology, and this is just a tool. So it's not involving the spookism. But here we see the first house. Here, these are the signs, the 12 constellations. Many different constellations in ancient astrology, but as a foundation, we're using these 12, and you got 12 houses. So the first house here, we see Cancer here on the first house. And for my Cancers in this house, or this point of the chart, this is the point of the soul, or the soul's purpose. And here we got here the first house ruler is here in the sixth house. Okay, so this is the moon. Cancer is ruled by the moon and it's in the sixth house. And so this is where this first house for cancers, my cancer signs, you might be dealing with body awareness. Really trying to adjust your attitude as far as in the employment or workplace, workspace. Um, because the better you adjust your attitude and your emotions, and the moon rules your emotions, this is where you'll be able to attract. The moon deals with that magnetism, being able to attract better employment. Okay, and this where you adjust your uh, emotions and your movements according to your relationships with your coworkers as well. This is the sixth house. Sixth house rules over employment, um, and work related issues. So this is where you also are confronted because the ruler of the first house is in the sixth house. You're also confronted with health issues at this time. Um, you know, health issues can really affect your personal identity and your body and your self image. And when you look at yourself in the mirror, because the moon is a reflector. When you look at yourself in the mirror and your body image is off, that can actually throw off your health. It can actually throw off your production or productivity and work. So it's very important to really tap into your self image in relation to work, in relation to your health, in relation to your coworkers, because Cancer is the crab as you're trying to move, find your way out of the barrel. And I've been talking to people about this concept. Crabs aren't supposed to be in a barrel. And when they are, they tend to grab hold to anybody else who's about to get success, who's about to get taken out of that barrel. And you can look from a crab's perspective that you being taken out of that barrel is something good. But when you look at it and really think about it, they're just being taken to death, really. They're just going faster because they are going to die. So it's not about latching hold to and grabbing hold of your coworkers or being jealous. You see this arrow here? This is Sagittarius. The moon is in Sag, and this is where you see in the sixth house for my cancers. This is all about learning how to really set a target for your own personal identity and image, and then really match it and work hard. And this will affect your workload. You'll be able to be more productive when you see yourself in a different light. Okay, so this is what's going on currently for my cancers. And so when we look at Leo here in the second house, the ruler of Leo here is the sun. And we always give thanks to the sun. The sun provides us vitality and the life force. And the sun here is in the fifth house. It rules over Leo, but is in the fifth house. And this is really where my Leos are looking for physical assurance or looking to gain security through fun. Okay, this can also be through children. This is the need, the desire. Scorpio rules over the needs and desires. So the sun is here. So it's really the need to find that security and balance through creativity. And this is where you really look deeper into the chart here. You got it at 15 degrees. Using fiat, what you call Federal Reserve notes, some of you call it money, using it for um, creative endeavors. Scorpio is the sex organ, so this is where some people can become escorts at this time or get into casual sex for exchange of finances or goods. This is even where you start to spend on children in the fifth house. Uh, you know, Fighting for Mars and in that arena. You add Mars and Mercury in there, but as far as the second house and that security for my Leos, you really looking to match or mate with somebody. That's that sexual energy or that attraction in general. And when you're looking for that mate from this casual hookup, you gotta be careful not to uh, control or become possessive because the second house deals with possessions, and don't become possessive of that person or that partner or the project that you undertake. This is where you have to learn the balance between, you know, uh, fun and doing what's fun that earns you finance, and then investing finance into what you find fun that will actually bring you more results. And so this is where you also can earn through your hobbies. Okay, fifth house is all about playing your hobbies, and also things involving children for my Leos. So for my Leos, something involving children, something involving your hobbies, and even, I don't know, this could be like babysitting as well. Okay, if you love children and have that desire, you can earn finance through that way as well. So these are just some different things or themes that Leo is facing. Then when we look at Virgo, Virgo here in the third house. Okay, the ruler of Virgo is Mercury here in the fifth house, and then you see here, um, this is all about, again, researching, investigating. um Virgos is literally the intestine, so you trying to balance information, and really, um with it being in the fifth house, you could be a little more dramatic than usual because the fifth house is about drama. This is about sex life as well because it's still in that Scorpio arena. So this is all about, being creative in an entertainment arena. Mercury deals with entertainment. This is, also, uh, I don't know, creating your own blogs or talks or discussions about sex, or, your partner, or both. This could be creating blogs about your children, either, for my Virgos, um, or writing a love blog, giving advice to people. So even if you're in the entertainment or you desire to be in the entertainment, you have clear thoughts. Mercury is direct. There's no retro shade period right now. So this gives you better experiences, and you also have better experiences with children at this time. You can actually talk or write about children or your sexual experiences, or can bring the child out of you. Okay, this is what Mercury, that trickster, can bring that childlike energy out of you to entertain and create, because the fifth house is all about entertainment. And there's a lot of stuff going on as far as the entertainment. um so much stuff we could talk about, but again, I want to focus more so on us. So um yeah, so that's what's going on right now for my Virgos. And then when we look at the fourth house, you got Libra here, fourth house, and the ruler of Libra, okay, is here in the seventh house. Okay, so when we look at the ruler of Libra is at 2 degrees, Venus. Okay. And this is the point of relationships, really, when you look at it. Um, for my Libras, this is all about getting into those relationships. Libra in that fourth house. This is going back to your traditions. Venus going back to the traditions because Venus is in Capricorn. So trying to go about the traditions that you were brought up on in the home from your loved ones, your kindred. You would call it family. And this is the love that you inherit from your foundation, which is the house, the home. The fourth house is the home. Um, this is also, when you look at the seventh house, Venus placement being here, this is about national uh, values and national inheritances and national principles that you learn, or traditions that influence your relationships here in the seventh house. So if we are conquered or oppressed or under colonialism or servitude or under occupation at North America, we know that as far as our nation is concerned, we are um, in a restorative period. Okay, we are under right now, so we have to look at something else besides, the national standard, and that would literally be, you know, our culture. So when we look at our culture right now, that is what's influencing most of our communities, types of relationship that we get into. And because we're so scattered in our thinking when it comes to uniting with other people, this is where our Libras, the focus for you will really be going back to what the foundation of the home was about. Um, So even down to how you see people in the home, or how you were raised to view people as your enemy, because Venus deals with open enemies as well. This could be the open enemy in your relationship that you form, or the contractual agreements that you make with other people. Um, this is where you begin for the Libras, bringing your views into relationships from, this foundation of the mother, and then Capricorn, that masculine, it's feminine in nature, but that Saturn ruled masculine principle. This is where your ideas from your household actually influxes into your relationship, but you got to be able to give the other person uh, room or space to bring in their viewpoints from what they was brought up on as well, and that's how you can make your relationships current work. And if you don't have a relationship for my Libras right now, you can keep that in mind, because this transit will bring spark the interest in relationships. Okay, so that's what you're currently dealing with there. Um, okay, so let's keep going forward here. Next we have um, Scorpio, and this is Scorpio season, and the sun is at 15 degrees, Mars is at 5 degrees, and then you have Mercury at 3 degrees. So as far as your mental for my Scorpios is clear, which is great. You can really focus on your heart's desire ruled by the sun, and then you can actually put your actions towards it and really make things happen. Mars, natural ruler of Scorpio, and this actually gives you that intense nature, that defense that you need to protect and guard your mind and your heart from the things that you don't desire at this time. And even the things that you do desire, you have to check them during this period, because it's all about aligning to your true soul's purpose. Now, when we look at all three of these combination, I think it's a good combination here in the fifth house, because you get a chance to really, Scorpios, to tap into those childlike or that child theme, get into a childlike mind, to have those desires come back to you, those pastimes, those hobbies that you enjoyed. And this is a chance to really, be playful in nature, and try to really be in sync with what you desire in this life. Okay, so when we look at Sagittarius, here we go. We come to this fire. Okay, when we look at the fire, you have the South Node number 1 degrees. It's not retrograde anymore. It's direct. So this is literally where some people, but basically, first of all, this is karma. Okay, when we look at the karma of 1 degrees, a lot of the expressions and things that you're dealing with now in this lifetime, Sagittarius, is based off your karma, as far as your workload is concerned. But this is where you have to learn how to get out of your comfort zone. Some people get comfortable with the status quo and with the everyday employment. So for my Sagittarius South Node, you definitely want to make sure that you are getting out of your comfort zone, because you mastered working for other people. You mastered being able to set goals and within the line of employment, and accomplish them and climb the ladder. But now it's time to shoot your arrows to another place, okay, another direction. This is where you mastered the ability to work with others, and excel. And this is where you have to learn how to start seeking truth now, the meaning behind why you are working on those lines of employment. You also have the moon here at 29 degrees, and again, the moon is critical when it's at 29 degrees. Any planet at 29 degrees, these are the critical degrees, and this is an indicator of a huge shift, indicator of um, something of high importance, or a cycle ending. And for my Sagittarius, this cycle of staying in your comfort zone, it must end. Okay. And you know that it needs to end. You desire, the moon rules your desires as well. You desire for it to end. And you know what you need to do. So you might find comfort in leaving constantly, going to job to job to job to job, or employment to employment. But it's time to stop doing that. Um, you find comfort in traveling. Sagittarius is about traveling long distance. It's easy to leave. It's easy to, cut people off, cut things off, situations, circumstances. But it's time to get out of that, and that's what you need to seek more discernment. Okay, in this situation, especially if you have this job, and that's your only source right now. Don't leave it so fast. But of course, we know that these mandates is something else. But this is where you learn how to take a stand, and we're going to actually do the suit as well. So we're going to probably do that a civic class prior tomorrow. But easy to walk away in certain situations for Sagittarius, but you got to learn how to get out of that. Um, and this is where you got to learn how to, because Sagittarius is about I learn, I teach, I travel, I see the big picture, and you can't always be self-righteous in this circumstance. You got to see it from other people's perspective. So this is can be always constantly on the go within relationships. This can be on the go within employment, on the go within health related issues. So it's always eating what you see. Your eyes lead you down to destruction. Relationship to relationship. So you got to really just pull back. And the South Node here is saying slow down and really gain more roots. Okay. So when we look at my Capricorns here, you got Venus in Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn. And this is where, Venus being in Capricorn, this is the relationships. Uh, my Capricorn, you're looking for a commitment, okay, long term love. This is wisdom and experience combined with love in relationships, looking for foundations with roots where you can climb the mountain of success together, maybe. Or if you are already successful, you're looking to help bring somebody up. This is the connection or gateway of wealth and love, fame, public spotlight, because Capricorn still deals with the public's eye and fame. And so this is also the older, younger dynamic in relationships. So where you're in this like business type of relationship, you're doing this for a deal or union. And then you have Pluto there to help you to have that intensity you'll need, or that that power surge to help you accomplish those things that you're setting out to do. Okay. And then next you have Saturn in Aquarius in the eighth house and Jupiter in Aquarius in the eighth house. So for my Aquarius here, um, this can be tough for you, this Aquarius transit, this Saturn in Aquarius in the eighth house, where you're dealing with the hardships of loss or not being able to catch a break. This is where you're losing inheritances. You have a long life, Saturn, Father Time in Aquarius. So this is an indicator of long life, but um, this is where you have to transform through the losses. So this is not about just getting over situations. You got to learn how to walk through them, and this is what you're experiencing here. So this is Saturn trying to discipline you and mature you and help you to get rid of and weaken and get rid of those things that drain your energy and drain your soul, really. So this is all about soul preparation with Saturn and Aquarius in the eighth house. And then when you have Jupiter throwing that in the mix, so the great malefic is in the eighth, taken away for a good cause and a good purpose. Jupiter is here as well. Um, Jupiter is here to bring you luck and fortune and power into this house. So you might lose, but you also may gain with this transit, because Jupiter brings you gifts and is the bestower, the great one of the greatest bestowers of gifts, for no reason. Sometimes you can get gifts just because you're taking the test. This is a type of uh, trait that Jupiter brings. And so this can be the gift of new friends or new networks or new information, new knowledge. And let me not forget that Saturn also, he rewards as well when you go through the test, um, and pass. But Jupiter also gives you that visionary or that expansion mindset. So you may even have eighth house. This is sex life themes as well. So Jupiter's the biggest planet. So you get have huge sex or sexual desires, and partners or huge partners and things like that. And this is also Jupiter gives you great power, and so this is where you can marry, because eighth house also deals with unions, marry into wealth or power, or wealthy couple dynamic that you form. So that's for Aquarius. Then you have Neptune in Pisces, and then Pallas in Pisces. And um, again, Neptune's been retrograde. I like to look at Neptune in the ninth house as the philology of learning, or the love of learning, because this ninth house is all about learning. Okay, and it's not the traditional per se. It can be that, but for my Pisces, this ninth house retrograde is all about learning about the how the cosmos works. You seek answers from the divine, you seek answers from the universe, and it's the method you use is through the psychic mediums or the psychic extremes. And so psychic abilities is huge here, learning how to tap into your own intuition. um, but you got to be careful that your psychic abilities or what you're reading or perceiving, which may be true, doesn't clash with reality, because on this realm, this hidden realm, you can get lost with all the things that you're seeing, the dreams, the visions. But the way that you seek to solve problems, this is where the ancestors used to say, our grandparents used to be like, you got problem, sleep on it. You can write it down, put it under your pillow, sleep on it. And then you get the answers that way through your visions and your dreams. And this is where Pisces might do that, but be careful, because that dream might be true. Don't start projecting just because it's true. So this is the way that you go about solving problems, because Pallas is a great problem solver. It's retrograde as well, so you might actually look through the occult realm, trying to study occult books or get into more occult teachings. Or and occult simply means hidden. It doesn't mean evil or anything like that. But just looking at the Gnostic or mystical wisdom to solve your problems. And so when you have Neptune, this watery planet, literally dealing with that hidden realm, that psychic realm, uh, Pallas is there as well. So you're trying to solve your problems this way. Okay. And this is like, since we're dealing with water and Pisces, there's a sea of information out there, especially in this age. Um, Age of Aquarius, you got a lot of technology, the dark web. You got so much information at your disposal, but you also got to be careful, because just because you got this information, you still got to sift through it. It's still sifting through this sea of information. So you got to discern which is true, which is not. And so Pallas helps you to do that, but it's retrograde. And so, where other people may put restrictions and tell you, no, don't delve into this different type of information because it's evil, or it don't fit inside my book, or it's not according to my beliefs. My Pisces right now, you might say, well, I'm going to jump in this. I know we all supposed to be in the 3 feet of water, at the pool, but y'all got the yellow tape that say don't jump, do not enter into the 8 feet. But I'm gonna jump in there just for the experience, and whatever you grab in these waters of knowledge, you can be able to tell other people I've seen it. So some of my Pisces might be living through this experience right now, and so that's what we experiencing here with the Pisces. But let's look at Aries, Chiron and Aries. This is the culmination of everything that you're doing in this lifetime right now. This is the point of manifestation. Like I said, this is where you start, Aries, tapping into the scars, the wounds that you experience from the career or being in the public. This is where you start to tap into the wounds that you have experienced from authority figures, and really step into the leadership role. Aries is about leader, and then once you tap in and heal yourself, you begin to use this gift to heal others, especially for those who are dealing with the same thing, going through stuff with their parents, co-workers, authoritative figures in the job, the de facto. Uh, Aries, you are the leaders, and this is what you are meant to do at this time. But the retrograde, you're still working out your own wounds as well. So this is where once you learn to heal through those wounds, you discover your gift. So once you discover your gift through the lessons you are going through, you'll be able to help other people in this aspect. So then when we look at Taurus, Taurus here, this is in the 11th house. And for my Taurus, you have Uranus in Taurus retrograde, and you also have part of fortune in Taurus as well. So 12 degrees and 17 degrees. So this is for my Taurus. Uranus is the natural ruler of the 11th house. You have, it doesn't like to be in Taurus per se, because this is where Uranus wants to shake up the energy on Earth to get everybody to be in a different wavelength. And so with Uranus and Taurus is all about raising the Kundalini energy. And so you do that, you have to take resources from people. You have to shake up their living situations or circumstances and rearrange things so that people can, start to get the big picture of what's going on a huge level as far as humanity concerned, because 11th house deals with humanity. So when you have Uranus and Taurus, you have part of fortune in Taurus, you're dealing with Taurus, your social circle, because this is 11th house. Your social circle is expanding. Okay, this is where you get a chance or opportunity to meet new or exciting people, different people from different walks of life that come in your life, and this is where you get a chance to connect with or disconnect with people or groups. 11th house deals with that group uh, type of experience. Um, and connect with those people that want to do the same type of work that you want to do. So this is where you love your freedom and you love your freedom from friends or those in the group. And so this is where you're given the opportunity to get that freedom and understand or comprehend the meaning of that freedom within the group. So just because we talk about being a nation as, uplifting our nation and our people and bringing them back together, you can't lose sight of your mission or your purpose within that bigger purpose. Okay, so this is where you actually get you could get strongly attached to those in the circle or the group or the cause or the mission. And because you're dealing with the bulls are so loyal and will stick it through their routine. Bulls, you feed them grass, they get a chance to graze. And sometimes it can be hard to get the bull moving, but when they do, you get a lot of productivity from the bull. And so when the bull chooses the right set of friends, they choose the right set of circumstances, this is where they begin to produce the most work and the most loyalists. And the key word is hard work. You right now, Uranus is favoring your desire to uplift fallen humanity and work with groups to help get the big picture done. That's where this fortune comes into play. So you're only going to get there through that hard work, like the bull would do. Um, and so this is where you can use your creative inventions, okay, because Uranus also rules over technology and creativity and innovation. So using creative technology, maybe that's dealing with Earth, okay, trying to make Earth a better place, okay. So you all know about Nikola Tesla, okay, with him trying to harness Earth's energy and do what he did, but also grain realty wood, where Tesla got that from. So Uranus here is really all about how can you use technology to better uplift humanity. Um, and this actually brings fortune in life. So when you remember these principles for my Taurus, slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady on the ready. That's what you gotta focus on. That's what actually get results done. Okay, so and of course it's not going to happen overnight because the bull is methodical, patience, and that's what you'll achieve once you merge those principles. So then when we get to Gemini, this is in the 12th house. This is where we see the north node at 1 degree, so it's 180 degrees opposite of the south node, which is in Sagittarius. And this is the point of Dharma. So you got karma in Sagittarius. The things that you have experienced from your past life, you bring it into this life. How you look, bringing that into this life. How you think, your actions, your DNA, all this is tied to your past life. Then you bring the North Node. This is your Dharma, the things that the new karma you get to create on top of, and the new set of experiences you came here to experience. This is where you're learning to literally stay in one place. For Gemini, you're dealing with the lungs, the arms, hands, and multiple activities at once. You're literally dealing with physically having your hand in this pot, working with this group, having your hand in this pot, working with this charity, having your hand in multiple pots, studying the mentality, because Gemini is also ruled by Mercury. And we see here Mercury is in Scorpio. So there's a lot of desires that you're trying to bring to the forefront, but it's causing friction or irritation because as you're trying to, multitask, that's what they say. Um, you have to learn the balance of the mental energy, and the North Node is all about learning how to stay in one place, stay grounded. And so this is where you have the gift of, you're being offered the gift of seeing multiple sides of equations or multiple sides of circumstances or situations. But here you also see, with all this different gifts and skill set, the one of man's greatest weaknesses pop up, and that is self-doubt. So when self-doubt pops up here, you can be very, this is where the house of self-undoing, so you can be very um, creative, but have so much doubt that you don't push one of those ideas forward. And this is where you're learning the lesson of the least amount of resistance. Okay, so 12th house also deals with peeling back the layers of the secrets. Okay, the secretive, the things that's hidden from the public eye. And so this is where you're peeling back the situation of, you know, you or circumstances with you or others. This is where you also are given psychic gifts, okay? Clear cognizance. And when you unlock these gifts, this is where you'll be able to tap more into your North Node, with the direction that you're headed. So the first house, you're actually moving and making your way up to the height of the chart. So you're moving up. This is the direction that you're headed towards with the North Node of the moon, okay? So this is what we see, what's currently going on with everybody right now. Um, and so, peace and love, everybody. Just joined. So, when we see what's currently going on right now, let's see what's going to take place this week for um, Monday, or really, I want to look at November 8th. So, let's go ahead and look for it. I'm going to look at the other chart as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and move forward. This is on Monday, and this is the 8th. Okay, so when we see the moon in Capricorn, Venus in Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn, um, the moon, conjunct the moon, in Capricorn conjunct Venus in Capricorn. This is in the 7th house, so this is the growing emotions. The moon rules over your emotions for the need to build with others. Okay, 7th house is that house of relationships and partnering up. So this is all about commitments. Again, Venus is that love and desire for love and commitments, and it's all about, those needs that you're looking for within the relationships. And then Pluto is there as well. But this is the type of relationships that you're desiring to build, is those more intimate, or to help you build a kindred. This Venus shift is going to last until March 6, 2022. So it's going to be here for a while. Okay, so if you're looking to get in relationships and things of that nature, you're going to have this opportunity from now until then. It's all about the long run with Capricorn. So this is where you need to examine your deal breakers now before you get to that point. You got to ask yourself, with Capricorn, are you ready to be in a relationship? And then, are you mature enough to be in a relationship? And then also, when you look at Venus in this angular house, you're going to be starting or initiating prospects right now, or in this situation. Venus is going to go retrograde on December 19th, so you gotta look at that too. But you got Venus here giving you favor when it comes to relationships, and then you're gonna have a post Venus period, March, or post retrograde period, March 1st. So this is all about the relationships with that and the long term commitment. So when you have the moon in Capricorn, okay, and then you also have Venus in Capricorn, both of them are conjunct, so you get this water earth energy in earth, okay, going to be making a trine, okay, to Uranus in Taurus. Okay, so uh, if you want new love, you want new friends, you want new groups, new career, uh, new commitments, this is the time to look for that. Maybe you're already in a relationship, so you can actually recommit yourself or renew your affirmations or vows that you have. Um, and this is even where you can renew things in the bedroom. This is Venus still dealing with love, ruling over, that aspect of your life. This is a sexual transit, so you got an opportunity to do those things now. Um, if you're single, you could potentially meet someone or be attracted or have that attraction take place for you. Uranus shakes things up, so whoever's in the group that you might find attractive, you actually might be able to find that spark plug and make something happen. So you can have a chance or opportunity with that. However, in the group, this Uranus and Taurus is trining, earth signs are trining, but they might have a different lifestyle than you altogether. So just got to be prepared for that. The challenge with this transit is, can you stay committed for the long haul? Because Capricorn is all about commitments. Um, the challenge is, can you stay committed once the excitement wears off? Because Uranus brings the excitement in Taurus, and then Venus get that opportunity in the seventh house. But can you stay committed after that when it wears off? So and you gotta be careful not to be attracted to dangerous situations. Pluto in Capricorn, so this is like someone that's manipulative, and mind you, everybody has that manipulative nature about them in some form. Whether it's food, we got Taurus, Uranus and Taurus, or whether it's food, wanting the last sandwich with somebody, and tricking them, little stuff like that. But it's in us in some form. That's why we're here to work. So you just gotta be careful with that, because some of these situations can get dangerous. However, because with this Pluto energy and Capricorn is like to, destroy. Okay, and we like to say Pluto is like the wrecking ball in astrology. So this is a good time, however, if you're not trying to look for relationships, to connect with your soul tribe. 11th house deals with, again, groups. This is new groups, new establishments. And if you're not looking for that either, maybe this is the time where you can look into shopping. And of course, you don't want to be shopping for just any old thing, especially during these times where they're trying to starve everybody out. But um, beauty products, face products, hair products, beard products, anything like that. Natural butters, shea butters, all those different type of things, oils for the skin, incense, perfumes, um, you know, candles, crystals, rocks, all these things that come from Earth. Taurus is an Earth sign. So if you want to just purchase some things or buy some things, if you're looking into the beauty industry, women, this is, that time, Monday. And then you also got to look what the unexpected could take place, because Uranus shakes up things and brings surprises. So this could be where you have a loss of finance, it's overspending, or influxes of finance, because you also have that part of fortune there as well. Um, and then also Venus in Capricorn, you could join a dance group or art group, or if you're an artist, join a group that you guys can produce good art. So this is a good transit for that if that's what you're interested in. All of this, Moon in Capricorn, Venus in Capricorn, trining Taurus, in Uranus in Taurus, Moon in Capricorn and Venus in Capricorn is making a sextile down here to Mercury and Mars in Scorpio. So when it comes to commitments and desires, this is where commitment and desires, they clash, and they meet right here in the middle. So your relationships can be more harmonious at this time. Um, this is where you can express. Mercury deals with expression. You can express your love and intimacy more, um, and it'll be received better. And this is where you get a chance to resolve those issues that's been lingering for a long time. This transit is actually pushing you to have fun with your desires, with your other person, and this is where you can actually negotiate terms or renegotiate terms with that person who you had a fallout with in your relationship. um so there's a good transit for that as well. And then um I would say, or caution, whatever you're projecting mentally, physically, you're going to get in return from your partner in the seventh house. So just be aware of that. Um, and also, Mars in Scorpio deals with attraction. So the water is all about that attraction, magnetic force. You can attract uh, different types of mates or partners at this time. So uh, the chemistry between y'all can be intense. So Mars activated in Scorpio, that's intense energy. Then you match that with the Moon and Venus there, that's intense energy. So um, again, and if you're not into relationships or any of that, casual hookups, that's right there as well. Um, if you're not looking for something serious, that's right there as well. But you also got to think about um, the possibilities of whatever this hookup might be could actually turn into something long term. So the attraction can be that strong. Okay, it can be that strong. Uh, this transit. Okay, um, so just gotta be aware of that. Let me see here, and then you got Venus at 3 degrees. Um, I don't see anything else. Um, yeah, I don't see anything else. I mean, as far as that is concerned. Well, if you look at Mars also, Mars is making an opposition to Uranus. So Mars is here, 6 degrees, rules over Scorpio, is making an opposition. So when it comes to frustration that's built up within inside you, um, this has been over time. So you can actually have sudden outbursts because Uranus deals with, surprises or sudden energy. It could be sudden outbursts to people or groups. Okay. You've been feeling this. This is the impulsiveness that you have with that Mars energy in the fifth house. Um, and with Uranus is more so geared towards the future. Saturn is more about tradition. So Uranus is saying, I want freedom and I want it now. And so when Mars is opposed that, Mars is like the young warrior energy that I want to use my defense to block from unwanted energy of others. But then Uranus wants that freedom of expression. And so this is where you may even desire freedom from obligations or responsibilities or duties from the group or from within the organization or charity, whatever that you're working a part of. Um, and so you got to, you know, get that freedom at by any cost. That's how you feel, at least, because Scorpio rules over the water or water element, and then you also have your feelings that's coming into play. So you've been in your feelings, Mercury, thinking about it, and now you're going to take action. But you got to be quick because Mars is that quick energy. So you might take quick actions and then sudden outbursts, and it might disrupt. It might get you fired. It actually might get you separated. So the best advice I would give is not to really to be strategic. Mars is all about war, but you don't just go in war dumb. You don't run with a knife. You don't do none of that. You gotta have strategy. So Mars is also about strategy, and so be strategic. Don't blow up or go off, go crazy on somebody. They tell you get the mandate. Next thing you know, you what you say, you. So just calm down because that's that Mars energy, and that's what I would advise. I would with this Mercury there, think deep, because Scorpio deals with beneath the earth. So think deep before you take action, um, because you can lose sight of your desires. Okay, Sun and Scorpio rules your desires. You can lose sight of that playful nature you're supposed to be having right now. So just be careful of that. All right, so let's I think they did that for Monday. So yeah, so let's go ahead and look at Tuesday. And so Tuesday, again, we got more Capricorn energy, Pluto, we got Venus, um, you know, Moon conjunct Pluto uh, in Capricorn, 28, 24 degrees here in the seventh house. So this is all about opposites, or the opposite forces are at work here, because you have literally Capricorn energy deals with the outer expression of who we are, the public view, and then the moon deals with um, the innermost part of who we are, who we're trying to hide and conceal. And so Capricorn wants to share and show, and the moon wants to, conceal that part of us that is seen by the public. And so this is where you have the outer self and Capricorn, the inner self with the moon. And this is dealing with, relationship seventh house. So those things that you don't necessarily, the question is, you got to ask yourself, is the relationship serving you, or are you serving the relationship? Because you can be in a relationship, um, and the relationship takes over. It's like right now, um, you have these big corporations like Steve Jobs, like he set up a corporation, which would be his business, and he ended up getting fired from it. So you got to ask yourself, is the relationship serving you, or are you serving it? Okay, are you becoming an employee of something that you created, or are you still in control and able to influence and make things happen? Okay, so that's the question right there, because Pluto is all about power, ambition, and then you add in Capricorn about status, fame, public spotlight. Then the moon, you're trying to keep certain parts of you hidden from the spotlight. That's the question, because that's what's really going on right now. And then Pluto bring that dark energy that's needed. And darkness is not necessarily bad, but Pluto brings that energy to the public eye. And then you also see where you have these so-called rulers, elite, are ruling with this Pluto energy, Saturn energy. And so the moon is sensitive, and Pluto is like, I just got to get the job done. So this is where in a relationship, you got to see who's playing which role, okay, and where is the imbalance, okay. um and then also you definitely want to make sure you check this on Tuesday. Tuesday is ruled by Mars. So this is that fighting warrior energy. See who in the relationship is displaying the sensitive side. And you really want to get to the core of this, because the moon rules over your subconscious and your emotions as well. And you can really hold on to stuff. And then when you throw in this earth, so you got this water, that's it pulls certain situations. It pulls women's womb. Okay, has a pull to break the water. Okay, my water broke. So the moon rules over the water, but then when you add in this earth, Capricorn, this is holding on to stuff from the past. I mean, some people, they buried their emotions so deep from stuff that was said or done with this Pluto energy within a relationship, that now is starting to resurface again. This could have been from years ago. You've been married 20 plus years, and now this stuff is starting to resurface again. And a lot of this going back to the foundation of the home. Okay, you might be holding on to this from stuff that you experienced with your mother. Moon rules over the mother. Women are the first teachers. So what did you experience from that? And then also that Capricorn energy, earth, you been burying this stuff so hard, trying to conceal it, but some of it is in the public eye, because some of the actions that's taken is seen by other people where you think it's not seen. So this is where you can become obsessed with those memories, And now that the earth is like literally shifting out new energy, giving people higher consciousness, more consciousness, you may be having dreams and visions about some of these experiences. And then now you got these dreams and visions plus the past experiences, you add them together, you start projecting that into the relationship. This brings more of that destroy, death, and destruction energy with Pluto. So, you could even be having dreams about this, and it could reveal a lot about the situation. But just because you're being given these visions or dreams, does that mean that you start to project that from the dream? Or does it mean that um, really just try to interpret it and then move forward with, common sense? Uh, because once you start to do that projection stuff, this is when things get violent. Okay, that Pluto energy, it can become, threats, manipulation, um, and this all can show up when you have this transit here. Um, yeah, I think that we're going to leave it at because there's a lot that we can. Um, yeah, let's just leave it there because there's a lot there. But you got the moon at 28 degrees and you got Pluto 24, both of them conjunct, and they also making a sextile to the sun in Scorpio. So um with this, however, all these things going on in a relationship, um, on a personal level and an intrapersonal level, now um, you still got to deal with, this favorable aspect with the moon and Pluto making a sextile to the sun. So when it comes to your increased need to accomplish or achieve your desires for success, because Capricorn deals with this climbing the ladder, the mountain, and then you got the mountain goat trying to climb the mountain, and then this is here trying to climb it at all costs. You don't care how it gets done, you just want to get it done. And so this can bring you determination in the relationships because you start to see where you need work and where the other people need work. Then you can start to see how can we succeed, and you might get that boost, that power surge from Pluto to get it done within the relationships. This is where you can set goals. Capricorn deals with goals. You can set goals to get it done together. um, and this can actually increase you all sexual attraction to each other even more. Okay, and that can actually cause or spark a renewal. And this is actually where you can get into the occult or the mysteries because you're still dealing with Scorpio. You can learn more about these things to actually boost and help you in your part in a relationship, but then also overall. So I think that's a good follow up with that. That would take place, and then you gotta be mindful of the things that you're putting in that will affect you in a relationship because it's going to really pour out as you're trying to transform this season. You got to really look at yourself and then the other person. Yes, look at them, but you got to look more into yourself. This is inward. The first person, the first six houses personal. This is inward. um, Okay, so let's look at Wednesday. Wednesday, ruled by Mercury. And already, as you can see, you got some squares going on, T square. A lot of fighting, a lot of challenges. Mercury in Scorpio, conjunct Mars in Scorpio, uh, is going to be squaring off this. But before we even get to the square, we got to look at Mercury and Mars. Um, Mercury and Mars, the great warrior and the great intellect right in the middle of this fifth house. So if you got court cases coming up, this is great for arguing or having a defense, um, or even if you're defending somebody else with this, arguments that could lead to fighting actually takes place, because you thinking it means one thing and then you just want to take action. You don't got time to process this, even though it's direct. Mercury is direct. You like, I'm ready to throw down. Okay. And so this can actually take place because you also have this Mars opposing Uranus in the social houses. So if you pop somebody in the tribunal, then you know they're gonna hold you in contempt. So just gotta look out for that. And you got the moon in Aquarius in the eighth house, Saturn in Aquarius, eighth house, Jupiter in Aquarius, eighth house. So this is the um, moon in Aquarius conjunct Saturn in Aquarius, the past themes. This is all about the past. A lot of times people try to erase or remove or hurry up and get forward and hurry up and move on from the past, but you got to learn how to embrace that too. Saturn is about past lives, the moon is about past lives, Saturn is father time. Um, but this is like past themes that actually affected your relationships from again mother and father. Saturn, like a grandfather, authoritative figure, mother, moon, and it affect your relationships with other people. Okay, to the extent where you have that hurt and pain. Mother could have been detached, father could have been detached in their love or nurturing, and this is that karma. You deal with the moon deals with karma, Saturn deals with karma, um, and the things that you've learned from the relationship that you form or learn from your mother and father actually affects your type of relationships with people you forge. This is Aquarius, it deals with others, people, which can make you socially awkward. Um, and it all goes back to your childhood programming. This is where the childhood disciplinary was maybe too strict or too, um, had too much discipline, and this is where you begin to lack confidence within yourself. Okay, so um, and you may even lack confidence to be vulnerable with other people because when you have strict mother, strict father, it can kind of throw off that social balance with other people, and you might still be holding on to resentment from that, strong resentment from that, which is actually kind of messing up your desires at that point. um and then when you look at Saturn and Aquarius, actually squaring Uranus, so 11th house, Uranus loves to be here. Saturn also loves to be in 11th house, but it's home in Aquarius as well. Both of these are the two age rulers. Both of these also rule over Aquarius. So you have this great revolution taking place within these two planets squaring off, fighting off. This is the third time they've been squaring this year. This is all about social change. This is round three, because humanity may not get what is trying to be accomplished by the bigger, the greater design. And so this is where social change is taking place here with Uranus and Taurus. And then you got the traditional continued oppression of the people. Aquarius deals with the people. 11th house is the people. The people want to revolt. They want to freedom. They want a new life. Saturn wants to hold on to the old ways of doing things. And this fight is going on between fixed signs. Okay, so if we were to look at the five-pointed man, you're looking at arm, leg, arm, head, Taurus and Aquarius fighting off. And then you have literally these two fixed signs is going to be hard to get things done and moved. But these fixed modalities literally represents mastery. Okay, it's trying to teach us about mastery, because when you get into those fixed modalities, it's all about how can you manage and make it better. And that's what Saturn and Uranus is doing as the age rulers, and they want us to move forward. So this is the need to make changes that's going to last for a long time. Saturn deals with the longevity. Uranus wants it quick. Okay. Individually, we got to make changes, and collectively, we got to make changes. Um, Saturn equals the power that we, desire. This is the true power of the people is direct now. This is a reminder to everyone about their divine birthrights, unalienable birthrights that cannot be bought, sold, or transferred by corporations created by an Aquarius man. Okay, this is all about birthrights that you are given just from being born. And this is the great fight of the people versus the establishments to, disrupt the status quo. Uranus represents freedom through disruption of the norm. So this has to take place right now. Um, this great power, we talk about the wealth transfer, but the great power struggle between the elite and those who they deem as useless eaters or those below them is taking place right now. And a lot of people are just now waking up to this. And I don't look at that as a bad thing. I think that's a good thing. The more people you have aware, the more things we can accomplish. So, um, I like this transit. It's needed, it's necessary, and that's what we see taking place. Um, and actually, this is what the age rulers are bringing us as a gift. So you have to learn how to be within your birthright. And so Thursday, you're going to see continual fights. Actually, let's go back. The ninth, dealing with this social status quo, it's not a square yet, but you still see what's brewing, what's coming down the pipe. I actually look at this. This is the ninth. Yeah, so the ninth, and let's see, the 10th, you still got those two squares and opposition. And this is the 11th, Thursday. I look at all of this as a great, the battle, these fights. So the ninth through the 11th, you're going to see people protest and walk out of establishments, walk out of things that give them security, because what's going to give them more security is knowing that they can still um, stand on their square and activate their birthrights. This square is symbolic of what's going to take place the ninth through the 11th. And this square is all about standing on your square for your birthrights, because this is the great fight. You're getting resources, funding, EBT, all these different things, government assistance, everything, de facto assistance, all this stuff from people who are colonizers. And now people will say, I don't want that stuff. That stuff gives me security. But what gives me more security is my own birthrights, my own land, my own estate that y'all keep stealing and taking away. So that's what you're going to be experiencing the ninth through 11th. Um, Authoritative figures that's trying to hold on to the old, they are going to fail during this time, during this transit, because the people will not be putting up with this and dealing with it. You're going to see the node go back retrograde, because you got to learn how to stand on your square. Go back into what you just left. Go back into those things that you're trying to avoid and stand on your square. It's all about keeping your footing. Okay, and they call that, Veterans Day or Canaan Land. They call it Remembrance Day. The NFL is doing this whole thing with the salute to service, remembering them and everything. But this is about the people and their birthrights. Okay. Um, so there's gonna be a lot of squares taking place, you see these happening in the social houses. So this not just here domestic. This is global. This is Friday. Friday is ruled by Venus, and we say this is the holy day. You got Venus here, still in Capricorn energy. The Sun in Scorpio making a trine. Okay, over here to Neptune and Pisces. Okay, and so basically, this is the increased compassion for the environment and other people. Okay, so the increased compassion for other people, the fun, exciting type of passion. If you need to join a new community, again, you're being offered all these opportunities, more success you're looking for. Um, all of these things are offered to you right now. Self realization, any of these things that you're looking for, you have the stellium here, Pallas, the moon, part of fortune, and Neptune all in the ninth. So, whatever these things are, you see Pallas is no longer retrograde. See Neptune is still retrograde. It's going to come direct soon. But you're getting a lot of clear energy when it comes to the things that you're studying. You're going to be seeing more confirmation through the results of this trine, because you're going to start having more accurate psychic premonitions. And with the sun here in this water, you can really tap into your subconscious and really get deep with this. So projects that favors humanity, projects that favor uplift and fallen humanity, or helping Earth get on its course, you'll actually have favor. Um, you'll actually have more of a sensitive, empathic nature for other people at this time. Even better connections within relationships, intimate relationships. Um, this is more of a you know, I like to say an easier connection. And so is also going to be making a sextile to Venus and Capricorn, the Sun in Scorpio, sextile to Venus and Capricorn. So if you're looking to do like increase your relations with your partner, you can actually do like meditation together, yoga, listen to frequencies, any of these type of things, counseling, talking things out. It'll actually help you as you're building with other people and your consort or spouse, and then also with yourself personally. So it's all going to help you for your transformation. Um, so this is what you're going to get on Friday. This is going to be a better one. And then here, Saturday, let the games begin. You're going to have a lot of nervous energy take place here. Mercury deals with the nerves in Scorpio. Okay, and you're also going to see this opposition it's making to Uranus and Taurus. So it's going to give you off that anxiety or nervous energy. This isn't good or favorable for new business deals, new contracts, starting a whole bunch of new things. And if you're taking a test, it's not the best time to try to put your mental capacity to the test, because you could get those little irritation moments and then leave the test altogether. Okay, fail the exam, you're working towards a degree or whatever it is, or trying to pass something for employment, whatever it is. I wouldn't put too much energy into that Saturday. Just try to go with the flow. And um, this is all about, again, Uranus and Taurus is about those new people that you might run into. They may actually challenge your thoughts. Mercury deals with the mind, and your thoughts are connected to your heart's desires. So they may challenge the things that you are attached to, which can make you think that they're evil or negative or something. But I wouldn't get too much into that, because they're there to challenge you for a reason. So keep an open mind, because you still have that direct energy, and just know that your plans could change. So you need to take care of your travel plans. Mercury also deals with traveling. If you are traveling, take care of your travel plans now, because of this unexpected, abrupt changes that could take place. And especially if you're sharing ideas or information, you're trying to go deep with people, you just discover something, they could actually jump to conclusions, or and then it can really make the situation bad. And this is where you can get real suspicious of them. Are they really my friend? Can I trust them? This and that. But really just know that that opposition is there. Okay. um, and then you also got to look at the uh, you know you're not always right. You just got to know that you're not always right. Okay, and Sunday. So Sunday is a good day. Um, this is a excellent day, a great day. You got, first of all, you got the moon, leaving Pisces, left Pisces at this time, and then Aries. So again, trying to bring those emotions to meet those wounds. Okay, and then that great trine that's taking place here. Uh, you got the Sun, Mercury, and Mars all trining again with this, Neptune energy that's in Pisces. So again, you're going to get another chance to um, try to re-merge your heart's desire, your mind, and your actions with the things that you're studying. So you got a great chance on Sunday, at least early it's Sunday, to get things, redirected from that Saturday energy. So you're meeting a lot of people, and then you get a chance to really get things back on track. Um, okay, so all right, now I did a lot of talking. Let me see. Are there any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Peace and love, Sadia Marshall, Patricia Johnson, uh, Trey's Realm, Darlene Gibson. Any questions? I know I tried to cover some stuff. Hopefully this will, help out this week. Oh, and let me not forget the tarot card. Um, First card of the day. So already, um, Ten of Swords. Things were already done. This is the current situation. A lot of things was done already. A lot of words were said. A lot of actions was done, and really hard to get around. You can't get around what was done. You just gotta take it, accept it, and move forward with it. Um, the Death card. Okay. This is the transformation season, so a lot of things need to die. This is the time to evaluate what needs to die, what needs to go, what no longer serve you, or what have you become attached to. So you see in the Death card, this is what need to uh, be at the forefront, and a lot of people at this time going to have a hard time letting go of stuff because they have grown accustomed to holding on to it. So that's what we're looking at there. Some of you been thinking good about this situation, or you got Malika Sword, so you're seeing things from a higher perspective. You can really look down and see that things need to change, and you know that this is for your personal growth. So you notice this is for the better, and I love this because this is the hawk, okay, or the falcon rather, and the falcon really sees things from higher perspective, and the falcon is one of the only birds, if not the only bird, that can fly directly into the sun, look the sun in the eyes, and not blink. Okay, so you can see the purpose or the vision clearly without being blinded by it. Okay, by the ego, by the ambition, by all these things that detract from the true goal. So that's real good. Some people have that mindset right now. Seven of Swords upright. However, you got to be careful right now. Things you're saying and doing, other people are watching you. And this is where, when you're not careful about that paperwork, or you're not careful about the things that needs to be agreed upon or solidified, this is where you'll have a tendency to lose out. So you definitely got to be careful with that. Seven of Swords energy. You're moving too fast. Moving too fast. And sometimes when you move too fast, you don't learn the lesson. So you got to slow down. In the past, you've experienced being on the top of, or being in tune with your intuition, being in tune with your emotions, and you were able to be more generous and more giving. And you had more to offer because you had more resources. And so the Malika of Cups is the Queen of Cups. This is where you had an opportunity to share more. Okay, that's what you experienced in the past. Okay, some of you are hoping to get back to that. You're on a journey, Five of Discs, but you are losing out because you are not paying attention to detail. You're not looking at self. Okay, when you don't look at self, this is where you tend to, you see this person is losing disc, losing resources because they are walking down this path, um, and you know on a journey, on a destiny. But when you start looking at other people, not looking at yourself, this is when you start to lose stuff. So other factors, a lot of mental energy. So a lot of people must have been thinking a lot, or in their head a lot. Malika of Swords upright. When you have, a great mindset, optimism, positive attitude towards the situation, it does help. It actually does play a factor. It can make the situation turn out different because of your mindset. So it all starts with your mind. And with this uh, Malika of Swords, you have the better mental capacity to confront the situation if you think better. And I know it can be hard when you feel like you can't, but some of you have the Sultan in reverse. Again, losing sight of the spiritual mission, um, losing sight of the big picture. And when you're not able to, the Sultan calls the shots, and you feel like you're not in control right now, you're being controlled by the situation. So that's another factor. Um, Sidney Marshall says, feels like There are a lot of things happening in this time. Just gotta say, stay the course. Peace to all of you. That's right. Embrace change. So important. Birthing something new is quite painful, but part of growth in nature. Exactly, and that's what's happening for a lot of us. Eight of Swords. Some people cannot, you know, get over the situation. You feel like your hands are tied. There's nothing you can do. A lot of things were said, hurtful things were said, and it had a huge impact on you. Okay, you may not show it, you may not say it, but it did, and it has a lot of hurtful energy that you experienced. And let's see what's the okay. And a lot of this, sometimes this come from your own abilities. But this is dealing with the Amir of Swords in reverse, not being able to be in control of your own resources and finances. Um, I'm a Sagittarius with Saturn in Pisces. What does it mean? Well, we got to look at the placement of your chart, but Saturn and Pisces, this can be, restrictions or um, limitations when it comes to uh, or boundaries that you need to set up within your spiritual pursuits. Okay, you could be, or even with your pursuits with other people. Okay, you could be too compassionate, and this is where you got to learn how to have boundaries so that you don't overextend yourself. Okay, because sometimes with Pisces, um, you could get real empathic and want to help and heal and use your intuition because you feel like saving, or helping out to a fault. And Saturn is saying, slow down, set up some boundaries and restrictions um, with that situation, or even when it comes to your personal pursuits. Remember to stay the course. Don't drift off because Pisces, you can really go in the deep end. And Saturn is saying, slow down. You still got some lessons to learn. So, but it could be anything. I mean, those are general, but we got to pinpoint what you're going through. So yeah, that's good too. Um, and then here's why. You see here, you have the desert hermit. Some people are on their journey, and you have to go on this journey. There's no other way to put. You got to put in the work. Um, you have to put in the work, and if you need help, the assistance, you see, he has the staff there. You have to become your own sage. Get off your knees. Stop praying to other people, other so-called gods, and things like that. Tap into the true creator. Tap into yourself as well. Okay, because you have to go on this journey. Okay, and you got to stop looking to outside sources. Okay, and when you don't, the opposite is going to happen. Malik of Disc, look what happened when you do. See, some of you doubt yourself so much. You got this. You can do it. Look at that. Malik of Disc. When you start tapping into yourself more, you can do it. Malik of Disc, this is where you're going to be at. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be looking out for yourself anyway. So you got the Hermit Disc. You need to go in solitude, go within, and this is the results. As within, as without. Okay. A lot of times your situations is connected to what's going on internally. So when you start going in, your resources get better. And if you are affected by what's going on by the mandates, you're looking for employment, hit me up. Also, if you yeah, I really think you should go within, especially this week and this season, because uh it's all about transformation. And if not, this what you can expect. The fall of Granada. Okay? Everything is going to happen in due season. And if you are not on your game as far as looking at how you should look at yourself, this won't happen. Okay? Where you are the secure king, okay, calling the shots and have enough. This will happen. More will be taken away. Okay? Okay. Mother Ali says, when you're on the cusp of two signs, do you lean more to one or the other? I try to use whole signs. to make all of the houses even, so we don't have the cusp issue. And I know in different house systems they use different houses, but when you stick to whole signs, you can actually have it um, each house divided equally, so you won't have the cusp situation take place. Because some people, they resonate with another sign that's closer to the cusp versus the other sign that they are projected to have. But when you use whole signs, that actually helps, with that situation. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yep. I actually respond to your email. So check your email again. Um, check your email again. And okay, glad I can help you out. SR says, is 1111 a portal? Yes, it is. 1111 is a portal, and it is a gateway where you can actually, uh, they say, make a wish or tap deeper into your desires at that time. So you got to pay attention to these synchronicities. They also say the archangel Metatron is over that gateway, and so uh, the archangel Metatron is another aspect of ourselves. Once a human and transcended and becoming ascended master, and that's where we're all, supposed to ascend our circumstances or situations. Okay, so yep, so you definitely got to pay attention to 1111, 333, 222, 111, 444, 555, 777, 888, 999. Triple zeros. All of these are signs or signators of uh, certain expressions of the cosmos that they're trying to relate to you. So you got to pay attention. Yep. All right. Any other questions? And again, I hope this was able to help you out in some form. Let's see. Any other question? All right. So you all enjoy the rest of your night, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'm going to leave you with these words. Um, May your soul find satisfaction. And that means in Kemet, Hotep. Hotep doesn't mean peace, it means may your soul find satisfaction. And I hope that you all find satisfaction this week in all your endeavors. So until next time, peace.